Hi, I'm Max Ramirez with Black and Gold Marketing. I'm here with Glenn Camillo, store owner and manager of the St. Lucie West location in Port St. Lucie. Also UCF alumnus, by the way. Alright, so at the moment we are presenting our marketing mix to him, and he has got some feedback ready for us.
Okay.
For the moment, he is actually viewing our SWOT analysis of Starbucks, the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats compared to our competitors.
We'll go opportunities Asian markets, not just China expansion, because we just signed a deal with India with the Tata Corporation. So I would do Central and East Asian expansion threats.
Okay.
The economy is a threat, not just competitors. Price of milk, price of gas, everything is going up. So that's also a threat to bottom line margin. It's true about Dunkin'. They're not out in the western part of the United States. Too many unstable franchises. I would add in to each one of these, I would put in on their SWOT, I would put in their current stock prices.
Current stock prices, too.
I would do maybe like a 5-year overview of their stock prices in each one with us, where we were like 3 years ago at $8 and something cents a change to almost $60 a share. Panera's stock price is fantastic.
Okay.
If I had known Panera was going to be where it is today, I would have bought.
Yeah. And actually, also, what I was going to do before I even brought up Panera as an extra analysis, like, I never knew much about Panera. I know, like, our intense competition, too, would be McDonald's, above all things.
Too, but Panera is, too.
Panera
is actually going into the drive-thru business. One of the first drive-thrus will be opening up in Jensen Beach here in the immediate future. Again, I would change this back to the same font that you were using before.
Keep it on one font, as suggested before. One layout, one background.
Objective needs. Expand advertisement. One of the things with Starbucks is they don't
do advertisements.
They
don't want to.
It's a national advertising brand.
Strong brand identity as it is.
And they'll do your larger markets, your New York, your Dallas, your Chicago, your LA are going to be your market bases.
Yeah. Like Dunkin' Donuts said, just attacks us and our competition because they want to grab our customer, our loyal customers for the most part. Try to, at least.
How about determining customer needs concerning atmosphere? How about creating the atmosphere? Creating the environment for the customer. And is the atmosphere really important? Absolutely.
Definitely. Now these right here, this is basically, we did our own interviews per one person.
Right. These are the ones that you did online?
No, these are not the ones we're doing. I'll show you that one a little bit. Originally, what these are just one-on-one interviews and common answers we found between them.
Now, when you did your marketing evaluation on this, did you put down age group, ask specific gender questions?
Specific gender questions. Aside from that, we really didn't focus most of on gender.
Okay.
The only time we focused on gender was when it came down to the geodemographics of this area. When it came to questions, but not really.
When you do a marketing research, that's one of the things you need to do. Age, gender, you have to throw away the top and the bottom 5 and 10% of your answers. It straightens out the bell curve of your answers.
On that. At this moment, I tried to fix that before I got here, but I can't fix it on this for some reason.
Oops.
Oh, okay.
I'd also put convenience of location.
This everywhere you go, especially in bigger cities. Like I brought up to the class when we presented, Orlando has one like basically
You go into New York, Chicago, and at any given point, 4-corner block, you can have 5 or 6 Starbucks. That means in each corner we'll have a Starbucks, and then you go up 20, 30 flights, and there'll be a kiosk for Starbucks run by the same Starbucks store that's on that.
There are 2 actually saw on the Florida Mall.
Florida, you go over to when we had 3 at the Gardens Mall.
3 at the Gardens Mall.
There's 2 over, if you go into the Mall Millennium, there's 2, one downstairs, one upstairs in the Mall Millennium.
It's demand. Every single mall you go into has one now.
You go around the Gardens Mall in that 5-square-mile area, and I believe in that 5-square-mile area, there's either 8 or 10 stores, Starbucks stores. Each one doing $1 million to $1.5 million a year, so.
Yeah, so the question we have for the post-purchase, how are you satisfied with the journey overall and experience?
That's also determined by customer voice surveys that we send out too. And believe it or not, I would change the speed. A lot of people that come through drive-thrus have a misconception of drive-thrus, so the speed, if you're talking the customers that come through and they do the survey, speed is a big issue where they think a drive-thru is more for speed, but it's actually more for convenience.
And the target goal, by the way, is usually
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes from the order.
And a 30-second window time to go into.
Now you take this and you go back 4 years ago, the good locations weren't good locations, and they actually did away with some of the departments in Seattle and some of those people who did real estate development because they were taking 2nd and 3rd locations. For example, Port St. Lucie, we had the store on Port St. Lucie Boulevard, and they opened it up on the wrong side of the road. They went out to Becker Road, and we opened up a store that's 5 to 7 years too early. We opened up a store down in Stewart. Actually, 2 of them went out on East Ocean. That is now a 7-Eleven. That was just wrong place because it just didn't have the market for the customers there.
Far away from heavily traffic areas.
Only seasonal out there, but all those people are from up north and they're Dunkin' Donuts and they're older retirees. Then we opened one up between Monterey and Cove Road, and just didn't have any traffic there. It was a high-speed area, and people just zipped on by. That's across from that Ford dealership over there, the Super Walmart. Right. The growth rate for Starbucks, this is a good one. When I got hired, we were supposed to have, by last year, over 1,000 plus stores in the state of Florida. Right now, we only have 405 stores.
Yeah, the economy just took its toll. And if I'm not mistaken, that happened down the whole East Coast, especially, of the United States.
Well, and the other part, too, is that going overseas, and recently, South America first, doing Brazil, then doing China. China was a real boost because we want to do 1,500 stores in China by 2015, and then signing the deal with Tata. Tata is going to run the Starbucks in India. I hate to say it, but they, you go to these other countries and they want to be Americanized, and this is one way to be Americanized.
And I feel basically I put it as a target market for 25 to 40 years, just to figure. I found a couple of stats that said that 49% of our business is between that age.
Ours is, yeah. And the other thing too is you can put in here with target market and everything else for growth. We've done double-digit comp